I don't claim to be the best salesman in the world, but if you are a trainer or an online coach, here's a very simple framework for you in order to sell more people into your fitness programs. I think selling is all about conversation and frame. I don't think you should be there to sell. Be like, well, this program is gonna be the most amazing thing. Like a what do they call, like a used car salesman, that sort of sales pitch. I think that's annoying. I think people hate it. I think you are just there to have a conversation with people and see if they're a good fit in the first place. So the first thing that I would do when I was training people was I wanted to get an idea of their history of health and working out and fitness and the gym. I want to know their relationship with food and fitness and all of that. So I want to run through at least the past 10 to 15 years, depending on how old they are. If they're in their 20s, then that doesn't matter. But typically your clients are going to be middle-aged. So you want a history with their relationship with food and fitness. The reason I want to do this is, one, it gives me context, and two, it reminds them of their past failures and how they messed up and how they keep falling off the wagon, because that's typically most people's experience with fitness in general. Then from there, so now we have history first. Now we're transitioning into the now. Why did you join this gym, or why are you looking for a trainer? Whatever, business model you have, we want to know why they're here right now. And this is where we go into what I call the 5 whys. You don't need to ask why 5 times like an idiot, but the idea is to get about 5 layers deeper than their original why answer. Okay, so if they're like, yeah, I just thought I needed to get in shape, you don't just go why. You ask like, well, yeah, but how come you want to come now? Like, what's different now? You just told me that in the past you've kind of struggled, gone up and down. What's going to be different this time around? And so you're here to just ask questions and get more information out of them, but you're doing it in a way that brings you 1 layer deeper each time. And eventually you'll get to some sort of emotional answer where they're like, all right, I'm going through a divorce and they called me fat and I hate it and my life is falling apart and I just need a change. And that's when you know you've gotten to a real answer. Next, I would move into what I call the 1 to 10 framework. And if you've done everything correctly up until this point, when you ask this question, you should get less than a 5. And the question is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you in your ability to reach your fitness goals on your own? Now, if they say, like 8 or 9, and they have a history of falling off the wagon all the time and a bad history of eating terribly and stuff like that, then they might just be bullshitting you, and you might need to like circle back and figure out what went wrong and stuff. But typically you want an answer that's like a 3 or a 4. They're like, oh, I don't know if I can. And then you can kind of not go into your sales pitch, but then you can go into sort of shifting the conversation to, well, I can help you. That's kind of what I'm here for. Would you be interested in, learning more about what I do and how I can help you? And they'll go, yeah, sure, tell me about it. And here you don't want to blab too much. You don't want to talk for 10 minutes uninterrupted. You kind of just want to give a very simple layout and framework for how you train people, what you would do with them, and how many times you'd like to meet with them and how you can help them with their diet. But you're not just going to talk for 10 minutes about, and then on Tuesdays we're going to do push day, and then Thursdays is going to be legs, and then they don't need to know those details. They just want to know that you can get it done. So that's the simple 3-part framework. We go from history, sorry, I cut off, go from history to the 5 whys to the 1 to 10 framework, and by the end of it they should be pretty warm to the idea of working with you. Now, depending on the size of your packages, it can vary on how enthusiastic people are. But the whole point here is to show them that this is where they are and this is where they want to go. And if they want this gap to be bridged, then you are the solution.